Show me the money!
Boom. All right, let's start off with a Ric Flair. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report. It is Thursday, August 10th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Sign up today, follow the top scores each and every day at bullpenpicks.com. And today's top scorer is Robert Schultz at 805. Art 55, Arthur Kent at 729, and Madcap 571. Those are your top baseball pickers each and every day. Follow their selections, go to the top scorers, go to follow my picks, and then once you get there, go to your following page, and you can see these are the cappers that I follow. And there's Art 55. He's already got his picks in for today, and that's how you can use bullpenpicks.com. If you love baseball, you love betting baseball, follow the top pickers each and every day. Sign up for free at bullpenpicks.com. Today's podcast also brought to you by the 24-Hour Rule. That's my new book. It's published here on Amazon. You can get it. And the 24-Hour Rule, we talk about a lot of content about the fundamentals of the Raymond Report. We talk about the art of value betting, how to use power trends, system trends, the daily market value index, the type of teams that you're betting on, and it's all here in the advanced betting strategies, and it's all in the book, 24-Hour Rule. You can order the 24-Hour Rule. Go to the website, click on 24-Hour Rule logo right here. It's going to take you to this page. You click on it, and then once you click on it, it's going to take you to Amazon, and you can buy that book today here at atsstats.com. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I'm the founder of atsstats.com and the founder of the Raymond Report, which is a betting system that fundamentals are based on value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and I use a very disciplined money management system, which we talk about in the book. And what type of bettor are you? Are you a short-term instant gratification, the social media type bettor where you just see something, you want to bet it right away and not doing a lot of research on your investment? Or are you a savvy bettor, in there for the long term? And you want to check out the Raymond Report. We talk about the 5 fundamentals of sports betting, and I also got some top 10 rules that I talk about. Thou shalt not never bet on C-type teams with a losing record. Rely on point spread. Bet the money line on certain situations. So if you're betting preseason football, which we'll talk about here today, consider the money line. A lot of things about preseason football, we're talking field goal games, right? So, but some books won't release the line, the money line, until game day. So you got to be very patient. And so another rule that I have in the Raymond Report, I don't bet on double headers. You know the rules, right? Too much going on double header days. It's just, to me, it's really a potpourri of sports betting. Trying to find all the different types of angles. You don't know if the start in the first game is going to go 7 innings, 8 innings, 10 innings, or not 10 innings, but you know what I mean. You don't know when the bullpen's going to come in, so it's just it could affect the second game, and who knows? Maybe the manager gets thrown out. It's in double headers, really tough to bet on double headers. Follow a strict money management system. Never force a play because you need just action on the game. Don't bet impulsively. Think, do your research. Just always remember, it's your number against the bookmaker's number. So anytime you're sports betting, have a number ready, because at the end of the day, it could be the Baltimore Ravens against the New York Giants or the Toronto Blue Jays against the Cleveland Guardians. But it's really when it comes to money management, it's your number against the bookmaker's number, and your number's got to be sharper than the books, and that's why you have to have your own number. Bet against 8-type teams at home in baseball. Yeah, when you bet against those 8-type teams at baseball, really tough to make money, because those 8-type teams, they normally win like 65% of their home games, and really you're trying to find that pure good underdog value on those 8-type teams when you're betting against them at home. Apply the 24-hour rule, which is in the book. Always one thing about the 24-hour rule, what you want to do, if you ever have a great a great win. Say you hit a 16 parlay, or you put $500 or whatever your units are, and you feel really good. Take the next day off. Enjoy the win. Don't give it right back. That's the one thing we talk about a lot in the book. And wager on teams in a downward cycle. Yeah, when a team's in a bearish cycle, we talk about that in the Raymond Report. Anytime a team is bearish, you want to try to avoid betting on those teams. Let them work out their hiccups. And I always say it all the time. Anytime you bet on teams that have a losing record, you're trying to catch a falling knife, right? So be careful. Here's some of the money management systems that we use if you follow the Raymond Report system, the A, B, and C type teams. So the A-type teams on the road, here's the, if they're in a bullish cycle, we recommend 1 unit. If an A-type team is 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7 games, we recommend 4 units. And we never bet on bearish teams. You can see that on the money management system. And you can find this system here at the Raymond Report. Go to, once you go to the website, go to Learn, Raymond Report system, and we do have a lot of betting tips. You know what? If you're new to sports betting and you really don't have a grasp on say the verbiage, and you want to learn more about sports betting, go to our learning section. This is our education section. We got a really good sports betting 101, mastering sports betting, a lot of articles. In fact, this one here is a 12 article series. If you click on mastering sports betting, and you scroll down to the bottom, there's all the articles. They're right down here. And click on introduction, finding value in the price, calculating the margin of error. It's all there. And another good section reading series, Sports Betting 101. If you're absolutely new to sports betting, this is where you want to go, right here. Go to Learn, Sports Betting 101. There's 5 articles, and really get a grasp on sports betting, and this is the perfect time to do it, right before college NFL football season. You want to educate yourself, and the do's and don'ts of sports betting. You want to check it out right here at atsstats.com. All right, again, if you're new to the podcast, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm located here in Ottawa, and every Tuesdays and Thursdays we do our podcast during the non-football season. But now that football's here, starting in September, we're going to go Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And during the off days, I'll do videos, which you can get here on our YouTube channel. And today at 10:40, Gil Melendez will join us on the show. Gil is a professional sports bettor who's located in the North Carolina area, and he's big contest bettor. And Gil's going to come on here and share with you his expertise and share with you some ideas. If you like Survivor type contests, Gil's the guy, and he's going to have some great information and tip sheets for you guys here throughout the year, so you don't want to miss Gil Melendez. He'll be here at the 40 top of the hour. All right, as we always do here in the Raymond Report, we're going to have a great show for you guys. And again, some of you guys can't make the live show, not a problem. That's why YouTube is so great, because you can watch the replay. And if you do like the replay, always appreciate when you guys hit that like button and make comments in the section, or make comments in the bullpen. I can see the bullpen's a little slow this morning, trying to wake up. But if you're out there in the bullpen, a little roll call right now is to say good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are located, and let us know how your day is going. And hopefully we can make you some money. Preseason football starting. I got some good tips for you guys here betting preseason. I'll get to in just a few minutes. But great show. We'll talk baseball. We'll talk football, CFL football, NFL football. We'll talk about also the no-fly zone. This Tuesday, we talked about the offense coordinators. And if you're ever wondering about the OCs, see, the one thing in football, we always talk about the head coaches, the top players, the quarterbacks, the DBs, all the prize positions, right? All the high drama positions. But we never talk about really the meat and potatoes, right? When you go into a game, yeah, players play the game, but it's the preparation that prepares the players to win those games, right? And we're talking head coaches, offense coordinators, defense coordinators, and hopefully today we're going to talk about the defensive side of the ball. I know, hey, I got a feeling this year is going to be a defensive year. It's just, I think defenses have really caught up to the RPO type game, especially in college football. And air raid's been going on for now close to 20 years. The Hal Mummy, Mike Leach's air raid, Holmgren, Dana Holmgren, like all those guys, right? All the air raid guys. I think the defenses have finally caught up after 20 years, and I think this is going to be a big year for defenses. I think defenses at the end, when we talk about the top defensive coordinators, I think you're going to see a big adjustment investment in the NFL this year. How do you stop the triple option in NFL football, right? The RPOs. It's imagine if you're in college football. And you play all these Alabamas, you play Clemson, then all of a sudden you got to play Army, Navy, Georgia Tech. Well, Georgia Tech now, not like the Paul Johnson years where you had the triple option. But anytime you have a triple option team on your schedule, it screws up your whole practice week because you're just used to going through a regular practice week, and then all of a sudden you got to start getting prepared for a triple option, right? And it's smash mouth football. That's the one thing I love about RPOs or the wing T or triple option football. It's really meat and potatoes, and you know who loves it the most? Offensive linemen. When you can run the football, they absolutely love it, right? So I say it all the time. You throw a score, run to win, defense wins championships, and it is football season time. Good morning, Ron. Like the Texans minus 170 today. They have some young depth. Says the truth. You know what? But didn't they lose yesterday, Texas, to Oakland? Oakland? Holy cow, eh, Harry?
Cow.
Yeah, holy cow. All right, let's go to Saratoga because anytime we start the show, we always start by feeding the ponies. Yeah, let's go feed the ponies today at Saratoga Racetrack in New York. 1 minute to post time, and we're loading up the Saratoga free tip sheet, which you can get every day. Oh, here we go. They're in the gate. Get them in, get them out. Yeah, they're off and running today at Saratoga. In fact, if you look at race number 1, the one thing with Saratoga is some good prize money. Look at that in the first race. $135,000 is the maiden special weight race to 110 post time today at Saratoga. 5.5 furlongs on the turf. And we're going to recommend in race number 1 today at Saratoga. 387 is our recommendation. Number 3 horse. Bunchin with Joel Rosario taking a ride here on the number 3 horse. Bunchin 2-1 morning line. The number 8 horse, 7 Natty Patty with Manny Franco taking a ride on 7 Natty Patty. 10-1 morning line. And look at this number 7 horse, My Starship, with McCarthy taking a ride on My Starship. The number 7 horse, 20-1 morning line. And if you want some value, go with the number 2 horse, Grivet, with Santana Jr. taking a ride on Grivet. Number 2 horse is 15-1 morning line. 387 in race number 1 today at Saratoga. And if you're going to play an exacta, I'm going to recommend 388772 exacta box. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 387-287 trifecta. And you know what? With horses like 20-1, 15-1, yeah, let's hope they come in because it'll be like Jerry Maguire says.
Show me the money!
Yeah, when you go cash out at the teller. Yeah, that'd be a good one, eh? If you get 7 Natty Patty. You know what? Here's another betting system I like to show you guys. It's called the Double Dutch betting system, and you got a great rider like Manny Franco, who's 21% in the money last 100 races. Put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 8 horse, 7 Natty Patty with Manny Franco. Comes in second, you get paid once. Comes in first, you get paid twice. That's what I love about the Double Dutch betting system. So if he comes in first, you get the win and place money. But if he comes in second, you get the place money in that 10-1. You'll make some money today betting the ponies. And if you want to bet the other races today at Saratoga, go to the website, atsstats.com. Go to horses and races 1 to 10, all for free each and every day. I try to always put the top tracks in the free, right? Try to the one thing, I'm not gonna hide the best tracks on you guys and force you to go bet at say Retima Park on a Thursday, or and nothing against these parks, but when people want to bet the ponies, they're looking for the best tracks. They want Saratoga, they want Gulfstream, Del Mar. They want the best tracks, right? And that's what I try to make sure every time we do a free tip sheet. I always try to give you guys the best tip sheet. So this way, you got. I think the horse racing industry is such a fun industry. Needs a shot in the arm though. I think there's every time we talk sports, we're always talking about NFL, baseball, hockey, basketball. But to me, you always got to go to the roots of sports betting. And to me, it's always horse racing, right? And I'll always support horse racing because I love it. I love the recreation of it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, like on a beautiful afternoon. And if you're at Saratoga, Gulfstream, Woodbine, wherever you're located, it's a fun time of the day. And you go out there, have an adult beverage, whatever your adult beverage is, and go feed the ponies. All right. Who's Mizzou's in the house? How you doing, Network? Good morning. It's the Network, and the Network's a long time, not a first time, long time, but a long time, and he's a good friend here of the bullpen. And good morning, Who's Mizzou? And again, if you are tuning in, roll call this morning. Let us know, like the good old slap shot. Let us know you're there, and let us know you're in the bullpen. Say good morning, and hopefully we'll give you a shout out. And if you got any good information you want to share with the bullpen, please do, and we will share it here on air. All right, let's go to the SBI, and as we do each and every day, we go to the opening bell, just like the stock market, right? Just like the Dow Jones Industrial. But my Dow Jones Industrial is right here. It's called the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And let's see how the favorites, underdogs, over-unders are doing in Major League Baseball. Yesterday, 7-8 for the favorites. Wow. Look at this. And guys, I wish I had a broken record, right? If I had a broken record, I would play it right now. But you wouldn't hear it because it's broken, eh? Hey-oh. But yeah, I say it all the time on the run line on underdogs. Look at that last night, 12-3. If you just stay patient, we talk about it in the book, right? In the book, embracing patience and discipline. That's a skill you need in life, eh? And always remember, less is more. But if you have a skill in sports betting that embraces patience and your discipline, you're going to go a long way in sports betting. But always remember, it's reason why you do it. Why are you betting on sports? Is it for entertainment? Is it for investing? Is it for making money? And anytime you're investing money, there's entertainment value to it, but you should take it serious. But going back to the 12-3, wow! Hey, no wonder our underdog play of the night won last night in the Cardinals. I had the Cardinals plus a run line, and that's why we took the field. Mike Singletary? Cannot win with him.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Yeah, can't do it. But we did last night, Mike. We won with the Cards. So there, you can do it. You can bet on the Cardinals and win with them, right? But at the end of the day, what does everybody want?
I want winners.
Yeah, we gave you a winner last night in the underdog. In fact, the underdog play of the day has been doing pretty good. If you are a member of atsstats.com and you go to the front page, here's what you want to do. The first three things you want to check, or the first four, are these four big banners. These are our picks right here. Last night, we went 1-2 with our 3-game pick pack. We won our underdog play of the day, and the premium picks. I think the premium picks did. I think they did okay. Let me see here. Cleveland was our free pick on the under. And then we had Minnesota, lost to Detroit, but we had Philly. Hey, no hitter. So yeah, we did. It was a 4-unit play. So the premium picks did pretty good last night. And that was what, the night before? Oh no, that was Seattle too. Yeah, we did have Seattle on the on our 3-game pick pack. So we had Seattle plus a run and a half. We had Philly and Minnesota. So pretty good triple play pick pack yesterday in the premium section. We won 6 units, lost 110. So a very good day with the premium picks. If you like sports betting and you want to make money, check out the premium picks. I give out baseball, NFL, CFL, college football. And with your membership at $4.99, you get access to the Raymond Report, the dashboard, and all the goodies like this here, the SBI Sports Betting Index. And you can see here, again, look at the 7-day average. Pretty good for the favorites on the run line. Underdogs, sorry. 57.3% of the underdogs on the run line the last 3 days. So cashing you a nice winning ticket. But the favorites still winning 60% on the week at 59.3%. Over-unders, mostly at under week last 7 days. You can see here in the green. So this is the over column. This is the under column. And what you want to do is you come over here. The first thing you do when you go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and you want to see, okay, from a micro and macro point of view, like from a weekly to a monthly, what's coming in, right? Is it underdogs? Is it favorites? Always have your eyes on the prize, your finger on the pulse, and see what's coming in with the over-unders. And you know what? It's been an under-type year, right? Well, pretty much balanced. We started off, I think it was, remember at the beginning of the year, I think was it the overs or the unders? I can't remember. But it was something crazy. And I said, you know what? Trust me, guys. By July, it's going to even out. And sure enough, look at that, 50.5. You know what? I can tell you right away. Let me go back to the bottom. See, that's the good thing about the Raymond Report. I can tell you right from the hop, it was a lot of overs. Yeah, we had a lot of overs. Remember? A lot of overs. See that? Yeah, so then it just balanced out to 50%. So this is the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And in fact, let's go look at the CFL, the Canadian Football League. Last week, 50-50 for the favorites and underdogs. Same thing on the point spread. And on the year, look at the under in the CFL this year. 60.2% of the games in the CFL have gone under. You know why? Lack of experienced quarterbacks. lack of experienced quarterbacks in the NFL. When you CFL, when you look at the CFL this year, normally in the Canadian Football League, totals are like the 48, 49, 53 range, but now you're seeing 41, 42, 44. That tells you lack of offense in the CFL, and you got to do a better do a better way of finding productive offenses in the CFL. And it's just the Canadian league, the CFL quarterbacks are going down. Like a lot of quarterbacks are going down. You're getting a lot of young rookie quarterbacks. Look in Ottawa, right? You got Dustin Crum. You look at the marquee. Who's the veteran quarterback right now? It's in Winnipeg, Colaros, right? And then Trevor Harris is out, so you're losing a lot of your the senior guards in the and the same thing in the NFL. They're changing the guards in the NFL. When you look at the quarterback rotation, we looked at it this week. It's just the changing of the guards, CFL, NFL, and we'll see what's going to happen there. All right. Also, let's go look at the market value index. And we're going to take a look at the types of teams in the Major League Baseball. So one thing I always do when I look at baseball teams, I want to see if they're an A, B, or C type team, and if they're going through a bullish, bearish, or neutral cycle. So all the teams that you see that are in yellow, they're either 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7. If you see a letter beside them, A, that means they're a team with a 60 or higher win percentage. If you see a B, that means they're 50 to 59.9. And if you see a C, well, see you later, because those are teams that are not making the playoffs. Those are teams with a 49.9 or lower win percentage. Now, the one thing I like to do right here is I'm going to go to my confidence level, and I'm just going to go back to every time we change the templates, I got to scroll some of these things. So hit our confidence level. And when you're betting on sports, it's all about confidence. It's where is the team in that cycle right now, right? And what I like to do is I like to see which team is bearish, bullish, or neutral. So let's go to the bottom. I always start by the top. Let's go to the bottom, and we'll work our way up. So the teams that are very bearish right now, so teams that are they're all like 2-5, 1-6, or 0-7. Arizona. Ooh, where's my Joe name?
Struggling.
Yeah, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the team that I was pumping their tires at the beginning of the years. Hey, it's tough to go gate to wire in baseball, right? When you're playing 162 games, it's really tough to go gate to wire. And now that Arizona's at the 3/4 pole, yeah, they are struggling big time. All right, you can see that they are now bearish, so you wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Cincinnati, they are
struggling.
Cleveland,
Struggling.
San Diego,
Struggling.
LA Angels,
Struggling.
New York Mets,
Struggling.
Miami, oh, big time. They might get a double.
Struggling.
And the Boston Red Sox are
Struggling.
Yeah, they are struggling. All these teams are struggling right now. And some of these teams, like, you expect the Mets, you expect San Diego. It's really I always say there's remember Seinfeld, the bizarro world? Well, it's the same thing in baseball, right? You look at the Mets and you look at San Diego, there's your bizarro world, right? The Mets are your, in San Diego, you can take the jerseys and flip them on both teams and you wouldn't even know the difference, because both have high payrolls and both of them underachieve, right? And who says chemistry in ball teams or football teams or in teams in general don't really matter? It matters, right? It's the one thing in sports, you got to have a buy-in from the players. And if the players don't buy in, and we always say, with our teams, check your ego at the door, right? And be the strongest link in the chain. And I can use all the cliches there is out there. At the end of the day, you got to be a great teammate, right? You got to be a team player. And I'm not saying none of these guys are not team players, but the record, you are what your record says you are, says Bill Parcells. And right now, the Mets and San Diego, not really good performing year, right? And they played 115 games, 55-60. The Mets 51-62. They had a pretty much of a close to a fire sale when you get rid of Mad Max. And Cincinnati, their bullpen, their starting rotation. When you lose Green, you lose Lively. You're losing a lot of your starters. All right, let's go to the B type, the neutral teams. These are teams that are 4-3, 3-4 the last 7 games. And I like to look at the A's and the B's, right? The C's, you can find value on C's. And speaking of value, it's a good thing I said that word, because I'm going to show you a great tool here on how to find value in sports betting. People talk about how do you listen to some people. If you're like me, you listen to a lot of podcasts and you know what? Everybody has their own sports betting system, and I respect that, because if you're in this industry and you've been here a long time and you're still here, that means whatever you're doing is kind of working, right? But when I hear people say, "Oh, there's no value," I don't believe in value. I believe in value. In fact, I might dedicate a show on value. I got some great analogies that I love to show you guys, but I'm a very visual guy, so I gotta do the presentation because there's the one thing, just like I do in the book, is I'll quiz you. I'll quiz you at the end of the chapter, right? And I'll give you tips, but I'll talk about it just in a few minutes. But looking at the Bees, Chicago Cubs, even though they lost last night, that's a team you got to watch. Chicago, Milwaukee. It seems like Milwaukee does this every year, right? They're always at the top, and then come the playoff, they just don't have enough to get over the top. Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Man, talk about a team. I don't think I've ever seen a franchise just decimated by their pitching woes, right? Tampa Bay, but the Cash Man, Kevin Cash, all he does is win games. Baltimore, Colorado, Kansas City, these are all C-type teams. Oakland, San Francisco, we'll see if they, there could be some value there. And the Yankees are throwing it in. All right, here's the teams that are bullish right now. Just like the stock market, these are teams that are, the thing in the stock market is like sports betting, right? You want to buy low and sell high. But, in how do you do that, right? In sports betting, how do you buy low and sell high? Well, you got to look for streaks, right? You got to look for streaks. And the thing is, every team that's bullish, the more they win, the more risk you're taking, because eventually what goes up must come down. So that's why when I talk about sports betting all the time, the neutral teams are where you find your best value. Because let's be honest, a team like let me see here, Tampa Bay, a team like let me see, the Yankees, San Francisco, the B's and the A's, Baltimore, those are teams that they're having a great year, but they're going through a bit of a pullback, and that's where the value, like a team like Baltimore, they just got to get Houston out of town, right? Houston, we no problems in Houston because they know what they're doing. And when you got a veteran-led team like I talked about on Tuesday, it's been a good season, a good series for the Astros. But looking at these teams right now, you can see that Seattle, a B-type team, Texas, LA Dodgers, Philadelphia, great no-hitter last night, Toronto, Houston, Washington. You know what? The Nationals are a scrappy team, and I played them a few times this week on the on my 3-game pick packs. It's you got to find the value of those teams, right? And the one thing I showed you guys on Tuesday is that you go look at the last 30 days, who's who in the zoo, who's hot, and Washington is one of those teams with a pretty good record. And Minnesota having a good last 7 games. Even though they lost their last 2, they're still a bullish team. So there could be value on the Minnesota Twins. All right, let me see here. Hey, Scott, are you worried about Tampa and their pitching situation going forward the rest of the season? Well, yeah, absolutely worried. Yeah, because at the end of the day, Scott, what wins... they say in all sports, defense wins championship. And in baseball, your best defense is your pitcher, right? And if you don't have a pitching staff and a 3-man rotation in the playoffs, you're not winning. You're not winning playoff games. You can be like Texas Tech in college football and score 65 points a game, but when you're allowing 67 and 70, who cares if you can score? Hey, you got to stop them. So yeah, I am worried, Scott. I am worried about Tampa Bay, and it's always a long season. But the one thing you got to separate. Now, that's a great question, because people are going to say, well, are you worried about Tampa Bay? Yeah, I'm worried about Tampa Bay. But at the end of the day, what are we all here for, right? Today is August 10th, and we're really talking about, making money today. Do I really care if Tampa Bay wins the World Series? Not really. Unless I got a futures ticket on them, then I really care. But then if I did have a futures ticket, I'll probably hedging in September. But see how the investment mind works. But great question, Scott. Thanks for that. Hey, Eric Jones, how you doing? Good morning. Ron in chat, what's up? Long time. How you doing? I'm doing great. Yeah, doing fantastic. I'm enjoying life, coaching football in Gatineau with the team that I coach over there. And we're having a good time. And so looking forward to our first game this weekend. So it'll be a lot of fun. Solo Rider, good morning, Solo. And good morning, teacher. Yeah. Hey, teacher, class is in session. All right. And you know what? The thing I love about doing these podcasts is I don't want to get on a Ron's rant now, but I'll go on a little one. The thing I love about doing this podcast is really intriguing you guys on not changing your philosophy, but really making you question your philosophy. If you're in sports betting and you're not winning, and you've been doing this a long time and you're not winning, you got to stop and take a 24-hour rule and, hit the brakes and say, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not winning on a consistent basis? How come I'm floating at 5? Here's the thing. You can be a 500 bettor, but you're losing money. Because the way that the game, it's not rigged, but the way the game works, it's the juice, the house has to make their money. So if you're in the 48 to 52, 53% range, and you're not making money, you're breaking even. You can tell your better half you're making money, but we all know you're not, right? And the thing is, you got to find a way to be disciplined. Like I say in the book, embrace patience, be disciplined, and pick your spots. And really learn a system. Like we talk about this in the education part here. Learn a system and really find a way to make money in sports betting and just pick your spots. That's the best thing I can do. You know what? It's 10:30. I was supposed to have Gil the Thrill on at 10:40, and I haven't even done the baseball yet. But you know what? That's the good thing about a podcast. We're not a network, so we don't really have to, tough out at the top of the hour type thing, right? All right, let me go to the computer picks. And let's see the games. The good news is there's only 10 games today, so I don't have to. And you know what? We'll do Gil the Thrill, and then if I miss some games, I'll come back. All right, Alex Manoah Thor today. What a dumpster fire matchup, says Chris. Hey, Scott. The one thing I love about Scott, I can always get a good chuckle when he comes on. Hey, he lightens the mood. I like that, Scott. I like that a lot. All right, Houston Astros taking on the Baltimore Orioles. You got Dean Kremer up against Hunter Brown for the Houston Astros. We're going to lean with the Stros here today, 5.1 to 4.7. The over-under at 9.91. Now, the one thing that you guys got to understand, when I do these computer picks, these are the forecasts. I'll get this sometimes. Hey, you know what? You gave Houston, but you like Baltimore. I'm giving you guys what the computer is. These scores are indicators of past performance with our algorithms that we incorporate, our formula that we incorporated into the database. So just make sure you guys understand, whenever I give a computer forecast of 5.1 to 4.7, it's and it's based on previous games in the database, right? So there's sometimes I'll disagree with the forecast, and you'll see me say, you know what, I think Baltimore's the play, taking a run line and a half, or the over-unders, right? So always remember that when I'm giving you guys the forecast, it's the computer forecast, not my pick. So, and that's the thing in sports betting. It's just, there's so many indicators, and I say it all the time. The more indicators you can string along to build up a confidence level in your selection, then you got yourself a winning side or total. All right, so Houston on a 3-game win streak, and Baltimore now on a 2-game slide. And, hey, when you got a team like Baltimore, let me go to my, I was going to talk, you know what, once I'll talk about value in a minute. Let me go to my report card, and this is another great tool. If you go to your report card, go to game matchups right here. How does Houston play against A-type teams? 11-9. And look at Baltimore, 32 and 23. Now, here's another thing you got to do as a handicapper. Let's be honest. Is Houston in today? Okay, maybe in June, Houston's a B-type team. In your mind right now, is Houston an A-type team or a B-type team? To me, they're an A-type team. And look what Baltimore does against A-type teams, 9-12. Even though the record says what the record, you are what your record says you are, right, Bill Parcells? Right now, Houston is playing like an A-type team. And look at Baltimore's record against the Alphas, right? 9-12. So something to think about when you're doing your forecast, right? All right, let me get back to, where's my computer pick here? Did I lose my computer pick? Oh, here we go. All right, Atlanta taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. We got the Braves winning this one, 5.4 to 4.1. The over-under at 9.64. We're going to give the Braves a 62.6% chance of winning. Hey, you know what? Here's Atlanta, and on a 2-game win streak right now, taking on the Bucks, right? And it's really tough to win on the road. 6-4 straight up. And Pittsburgh, man, started so well out of the gate and then just struggling. Minnesota taking on the Tigers. Man, big loss last night for the Twins, right? They had, was it Bailey Ober going last night? I think that was one of my only losses on the straight-up factor. And today we have Kenta Maeda going up against Reese Olson of the Tigers. And we do have an early start here today. 1:10 is the first pitch. 4.9 to 4.2 for the Twinkies. And we got the over-under landing on 9.1. All right, Baltimore has the longest streak of 75 series of not getting swept. Will they get swept today by Houston? Wow, what a great stat. Hey, that is awesome. So listen to what Scott brought to the table right here. The Baltimore Orioles has the longest streak of 75 series of not getting swept. Will they get swept here? I think they will. I think they will. But don't tell Baltimore that because they might fire me. Eh? They might fire me just like they or suspend me. No, they won't fire me. They'll probably suspend me if I give a negative. Hey, Scott, what are you trying to do? Get me suspended from the Orioles from giving that kind of stat? Hey, there's my little shot there at the management at Baltimore. Yeah, but good one. You guys like that one? I thought it was pretty good. All right, Toronto taking on the Cleveland Guardians. The Blue Jays at minus 135 favorite, and they're going to send Alek Manoah to the hill against Noah Syndergaard. You know what? Both these teams starting pitchers. Manoah, it's a coin flip. We just don't know where you're going to get with Alex, right? He had his rehab stint. Well, not rehab, his reassignment stint. And that's the second time I said that. He's not a rehab stint. He's a reassignment stint. And then he came back up. He's been pitching okay. Noah Syndergaard, just not the same Thor we know, right? So I kind of like the Blue Jays here today, but it all depends on Syndergaard, what kind of performance he gives out, and which Alex Manoah is going to show up, right? That's going to be a tough one. I'll have to take a look at that one later. Tampa Bay against St. Louis. Probably go with the run line again on the Cardinals. 5.2 to 4.2. You got Zach Lytle, who had Zach Lytle in their rotation at the beginning of the year against Matthew Liberatore for the Liberatore. Hey, try to say that 3 times. Sound like Elmer Fudd. 5.2 to 4.2. The over-under at 9.47. Hey, all the millennials out there going, who's Elmer Fudd? 62.1% chance of winning for the Rays. 34.9% for the Cardinals. Philadelphia. Okay, here's another one, right? Maybe I got to do a little research today. How do teams do this last couple of years off a no-hitter? Because off a no-hitter, what's your mentality, right? It's tough, right? Because the game went under. Is this a game that goes over today? Maybe. You got to Aaron Nola. What a pitcher. You got to, hey, if you're at Washington, you just, and I just pumped the tires of Washington saying they're having a pretty good run, and now they get no hit day. Thanks for making me look bad, Washington. Patrick Corbin, the lefty. He was a lefty, right? Corbin? I'm pretty sure he's a lefty. Patrick Corbin. The lefty, where's Corbin? Yeah. It was 7-11. Hey, that's his record. 7-11, a 5.03 ERA. Aaron Nola, 9-8, 4.5 ERA. Not a good one. All right, we do have the Phillies winning today, and 5.1 to 3.2. The over-under at 8.38. Kansas City taking on Boston. The Bull Sox winning yesterday 4-3, and today you got James Paxton up against Alex Marsh. We do have the Boston Red Sox winning 5.9 is 4.6. The over-under at 10.65. And we got the Dodger Blue. Wow, look at the chalk. Minus 350. All right, this is where I need the big milk commercial to come in so you can wash down all that chalk you're going to eat if you're going to bet the Dodgers. 350. Yeah, I don't think so. We're not going to bet 350. 4.6 to 3.7. The over-under at 8.34. And the Dodgers now on a 4-game win streak. Looks like Clayton Kershaw might get the assignment today against Ty Black. All right, there you go. There's your baseball today. Good morning, Ray. Do you like the Houston Astros today in the money line? Yeah, I do. I kind of like Houston. Early pitch. But we got that 70 series win streak to worry about, though, that Scott brought to the table. Hey, trying to get me fired here or suspended by Baltimore? I can't bring up those kind of stats. Hey, when Baltimore suspend me. All right, let's see if my good friend Gil the Thrill is in the house. And let me go to my collab cam. Then there he is. Gil the Thrill Melendez. Oh, you know what? Before we get to Gil, we got to do this right here, right?
Welcome, Frogtown Sports, to the podcast, home of the most favorable pick, sharing knowledge and insight gathered over the past 25 years in the NFL. Situations to look out for, red flags to avoid, and stats that are relevant to help us find that likely cover. Now, here's your sports handicapping host and the curator of NFL Angles.
1, 2, 3.
Ron Raymond and Gil Melendez.
All right. Gil the Thrill Melendez. That's what I call Gil, but I don't know what the audience say. Like I said to Gil earlier, we'll let the audience give him the nickname, but that's the nickname I've given Gil. Used to be a football player in the CFL called Gil the Thrill Fenderty. Great running back out of Toronto. That's where I got the idea. Good morning, Gil. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. Good. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here with you. We just had an electrical storm roll through here, and I thought maybe I'll lose some power. So I'm glad I'm here.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. You know what? It's been I've had 4 football practices canceled this year, 4 or 5 because of the weather. I've never seen it like this before. Like getting football practice, and it's just we can practice in the rain, but not in lightning and thunder. So yeah, hopefully it passes through, and hopefully it doesn't do any damage. That's the biggest concern I have. Right? Is
Correct.
yeah.
Yep.
So
but before we go on, I wanted to touch base. You said you were going on a rant regarding, making picks and going, 52 point. I think you got to go 52.3% to actually make money
yeah.
in the NFL, and that's with the average juice of being minus 110. So when you're betting football, I used to have unrealistic expectations because I would say, man, I got to go 4-1. I want to make X amount of money this week, and a lot of people don't know that going 3-2 is 60%.
Yep.
And a lot of people will see 3-2 and say that's a terrible week, and I gotta make more than 3-2. But just like a portfolio, if you had, at the end of the day, you're up, a percent or 2%. Then the next week again, you go 3-2. You go 3-2. At the end of the year, you're at 60%, which is highly profitable when it comes to, betting. However, that's why I like contest plays also, is because I like the big wins too.
Oh yeah.
So you have to, you got to go a slower growth with the, betting, but in the contest, it takes the whole season or maybe even 3 weeks, and you can hit a big pot. So if you're a big pot chaser, contest plays might be your way, but in the long run, you can, take bets, but remember 3-2 is a good week.
Yeah, no, 3-2
and don't
is
go
good
chasing.
Week. And you make a great point. It's like I was trying to say earlier, right? If anytime football season gets here, you get a lot of new sports bettors, especially with the boom of gaming the last couple of years. You're getting a lot of younger, new, even maybe older, new people in sports betting, because now it's legal in most states and in provinces here in Canada or wherever you're located. And people, they get frustrated, and if they don't win, they leave, right? And it's just the thing, you got to educate yourself. It's like, think about this. If you know nothing about the stock market, are you really going to go out there and start buying stocks and just like throw your money for nothing and then just, hope it, throw it to the wall, hope it sticks? And you just, and if you're, like you said, if you're hitting 500, you might have a winning record, but you're not making money, and the goal is not to break even, or, if you can break even, it's great. The goal is to make money. The goal is not to lose money. But I agree. And the thing I love about contests too, Gil, is that, sometimes you have that double mentality. Okay, the sport's better, but then you always have the chase of the long contest run. And and there's something about, if you're a competitive person, just being in the top 10 or being, winning the contest, it's a sense of accomplishment, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Just getting a paycheck. Getting a check is very rewarding.
Yeah, and the contest you're in too, right? Paycheck could be first 100, first 50, weekly, or like the quarterlies now. So
that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Awesome.
And we'll be going out there next Thursday, so I won't be here next Thursday. I'll be signing up for those contests out in Vegas.
Nice.
So we'll be back 2 weeks after today.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Gil, today we're going to talk about your approach to NFL. Then we're going to talk 6-team win totals, a quick recap of the advantage, disadvantage, and we'll talk also the survivor strategies and the scheduling grids at your system, and help people win it. So, but before we do that, Gil, just give people a little bit of a insight where they can find you each and every day. Where do you hang your hat?
Yeah, I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I also have frogtownsports.com. I'm going to give you some directions on that in a little bit. And to start, it's actually kind of ironic because you were just mentioning sports betting systems earlier, and basically that's what I wanted to go over, is how I approach my picks each week. So that's been helpful for me and successful for me. Like you were saying, it's changed. Year after year, I find what can be helpful, what's not helpful. So for right now, This is what three things that I rely on other than the Ron Raymond's super database. Other than that, there's three things that I rely on. And the first one is a scheduling grid. It's analyzing the schedules. Now we've done this, every week you look and you say, who did my team play last week? Who are they playing next week?
Yep.
And so forth. But with the scheduling grid, it becomes very useful because it's a one page that has all the teams, 32 teams down the left side and the 18 weeks across. So you can find the scheduling grid if you Google scheduling grids NFL 2023, and they're going to show you